Good evening. My name is Cole Rosen. I'm here to present the opening portion of our team's project. Myself, along with Catherine Bocas, Elizabeth Andrian, Ken Buck, and Bryce Richmond, we undertook the Meals on Wheels of Chemung County project. To start off with an agenda, first we're going to do an introduction, followed by a project background, and then background on Meals on Wheels, and then I'll conduct a SWOT analysis. From there, we'll move on to the project charter. We'll talk a little bit about goals, recommendations, and deliverables we had. We'll talk about an event center and a cafe, and from there we'll conclude our project. So, project background. We were tasked with coming up with a strategic 3 to 5 year plan for Meals on Wheels of Chemung County. Meals on Wheels recently purchased a new facility located in downtown Elmira, which doubles their operating space. This space provides new opportunities and has the potential to create a revenue stream for the organization, which is exciting for them because currently they're a nonprofit organization. Our project had two main goals. One was to focus on opportunities for the parts of the new building that are not related to activities currently being utilized in the old building. And what do I mean by this? Basically, Meals on Wheels has all this extra space and they need to know what to do with it. That's where we fit in, and that's where we came up with some ideas that we're going to present to the group further along in the presentation. And our second goal was to create a 3 to 5 year strategic plan that'll potentially lead Meals on Wheels to becoming self-sufficient. So, historical background on Meals on Wheels. Their main purpose is to ensure that senior citizens do not go hungry. Each day they have volunteers and staff that come together to prepare, package, and deliver meals to the area's elderly. Some of the elderly can't provide meals for themselves. Some of the elderly are at risk of being malnourished, and this is where Meals on Wheels fits into play here. They've been serving food to the community since 1970, and as of 2015, they'd served over 3.2 million meals. Meals on Wheels offers multiple meal plans, and they have the capability to travel 19 different routes throughout Chemung County. They do this through volunteer positions, so this is all made possible through their volunteers, and volunteer positions that make up Meals on Wheels organization are drivers and visitors, kitchen aides, office aides, special event helpers, and board members. So a little bit more about Meals on Wheels. They exist to serve nutritious meals and provide a daily contact to their clientele. They provide a quality service by compassionately serving their clients who have limited resources. Trying to exceed the expectation of their clients is a main goal of theirs as well. So customer service. Meals on Wheels is committed to customer service. That's basically what that bullet's saying. Volunteers are the backbone of their organization, and volunteer development through Meals on Wheels is also a goal that they strive for. Organizational strength. Meals on Wheels, that's a task that everyone involved with the organization shares. In order to strengthen their organization, they stress openness, clear communication, honesty, flexibility, cooperation, and accountability. These are all the foundations that they strive for their volunteers to have. And Meals on Wheels is more than just a food service. They're a friendly face. Their volunteers take a special interest in their participants' well-being. So, I mentioned earlier one of the volunteer positions was a driver and a visitor. So what the visitor does is they'll go hand deliver the food to the clientele, but they're also checking to make sure that everybody's okay. Mission statement. Meals on Wheels provides nutritious and appealing meals, including special diets through regular personal contact for those in need to enable healthy independence. So there's their mission statement. Meals on Wheels also has a board of directors. Darlene Ike is the executive director of Meals on Wheels of Chemung County. Under her supervision, Meals on Wheels employs 3 full-time and 7 part-time people. This experienced staff handles all of the tasks on a daily basis, from coordinating events, ordering food, cooking, cleanup, coordinating volunteers, and maintaining the building. So it's a little bit about their board of directors. The president is Brian Qualey, secretaries Jane Metzger, assistant secretaries Deb Laviola, and their treasurer is Karen Peterson. So the SWOT analysis, the strengths of Meals on Wheels. They are the only service in our area who basically does what they do. They're the only people who take meals and deliver them to the elderly. So that's a huge strength for them. There's zero competition among the service that they provide. The location of their new office, which is downtown Elmira, that's a huge strength. Their clientele is reliant upon them, so they have a strong clientele. Their volunteers and employees, the community is 100% behind them, so the community is committed, and they're located near various resources such as colleges. They have Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts, other volunteers who are willing to help businesses, organizations, so on and so forth. Weaknesses is the jurisdiction that they're in is small. It's not New York City, it's Elmira, New York. So their jurisdiction is a weakness. Other charities competing for the same funding that they're competing for. The age of their volunteers, even though the volunteers are the backbone of their organization, the aging population is going to be a problem in the next 3 to 5 years. And their strategic plan and cost estimations are coming to a cap, so the new plan that we came up with needs to be put into place. So currently they don't have one, but that's where we fit in with our project and our presentation. Opportunities, this is low risk. It's the only service, as I mentioned before, it's the only service offered in the area, so that's an opportunity. There's a lot of room for expansion with little competition. With their new building comes new space. With new space comes a bigger kitchen. With a bigger kitchen comes new opportunities for expansion. So they're going to have more accessibility to food, more accessibility to clientele, and they can ship more orders. So the potential for expansion is there. Another opportunity is the possibilities of becoming self-sufficient with their new building. As we're going to talk about further on in our presentation, the cafe, catering, event center are all revenue streams that are going to help them accomplish this. And to finish off the SWOT analysis with threats, increasing cost and demand of services versus the amount of people working to sustain a growing need. Other charities may be more recognizable, I guess, for whoever hands out the funding. If you don't have your name out there, you're at a disadvantage. So I guess name recognition would be a threat. And finally, they function on a volunteer sustaining basis. So if something was to happen to their volunteers, down goes the company. So they have to find a way in order to maintain the volunteer commitment. And from there, I'll turn it over to the rest of my team. Thank you.